Yo, what's up everybody? Unpunk bringing you a full Easter egg tutorial on how you are going to complete the main Easter egg on Ancient Evil, the brand new zombies map that just came out yesterday on PlayStation 4 and will be coming out next Tuesday on Xbox and PC. Absolutely fantastic map. I want to give a huge shout out to every single person in the zombies community that hunted, every single streamer, the cool, awesome truce that happened so that everyone could get some rest and get right back into the game this morning, being rejuvenated and ready to go, and allowing us to be able to come in here and complete this Easter egg. It was an absolutely amazing experience sharing with the community and all of you guys, and it was amazing help from the chat this morning when we went through and figured out that last step. It was all thanks to them. I wouldn't have got it without you guys, so thank you so much for everyone that helped. And I can't remember the specific name of who gave me the step or the clue to what we should be trying on this step, but big shout out to you. You know who you are. And that's basically all I got for here in the beginning. Let's get right into the video. So I don't know if you guys have already seen my previous videos, but you're gonna need to have Pack-a-Punch complete. That is your first step. So you're gonna need to ride your Pegasus and obviously get the parts that relate to that. You're gonna need the shield built for this, which I have a guide on my tutorial, and you're gonna need all 4 of the wonder weapons or the gauntlets, the hands of the gods. You're gonna need them to be redeemed or to their fully upgraded stage, or what we know to be their fully upgraded stage. Maybe there's another upgrade, but doesn't look likely. But nonetheless, once you know all that and you know how to do all that, come on back to this video and we'll get you right into step number 2. So for step number 2, you need to do the trials until you have collected the correct amount of epic trials completed, and you're going to be able to get this blue flame, which you're going to need to knife these 3 piles of oil around the map as you see on screen. Very easy to do. If you are in a 4-player game, you need 6 of the epics to be claimed, which is the highest rarity for the trials. They do stack. If you are on a different level, it scales down, so I believe 3 players only requires 5 of them, 2 players only requires 4, and 1 player might only require 2. I'm not sure on all those numbers specifically. But after you're done with that, you're gonna need your red gauntlet, the Gauntlet of Sharon, or Karen, whatever you want to call it. You're gonna need to come down to the Spartan Monument in front of the Zeus perk and shoot a charge shot like you just saw me do on the ground. You're gonna enter a zombie blood-like effect, and you're gonna need to shoot 4 different statues. If you fail or run out of time, you just reshoot another charge shot and finish off the remainder of the statues. None of these steps in this Easter egg really have a way to fail. They just allow you to pick back up where you were last at. Once you have completed that, you'll get your shake and you'll be on to the next step, which will require a Pack-a-Punch weapon and the shield. Pack-a-Punch weapon will reveal 3 different locations where cogs are. You're gonna need to throw your spear right in between the cog that is moving. So 1 cog will be moving and 1 will be stationary. You need to get the one moving to stop, just like you saw right there, to get the other gear moving. Now there are of course 3 locations. The second location is right here by the intersection of treasuries as you're going towards the Stoa up above. And then the last location is actually right at the bottom here of the treasury where that plant is for the upgrade of Gaia. And this one's the hardest to hit, so make sure you guys are timing your shots. This one has a very long set. It goes around. As you can see there, it takes a while to get back up to the top. So just make sure you time your shots and don't waste too much ammo. But go ahead and do it as much as you need to. You can always buy a new shield to get more. Upon completing the 3rd one, you will notice that all 3 of these statues are now spinning. If you have done it correct, all 3 will be spinning. If not, you need to go get 1 cog. But once you have done that, you will activate the last cog by throwing it just right in there. It's very dark, so do your best. This next step is going to require the Danu or the Gaia Gauntlet or the Gaia Gauntlet. I don't know exactly how to say that. I totally butcher it. And what you're going to need to do is shoot a single shot, not a charge shot, at these 3 different sets of roots, I guess you could say. They look like little roots. They're little plant things that grow on the wall, so we're going to call them roots. The first one's easy to hit. The next one is easy to hit, but you need to make sure you're kind of forward from the stairs a little bit because it needs to shoot and hit 2 locations. And the third one, you're going to want to aim right here and shoot all 3. Upon doing this, you'll know you completed it because your screen will shake and a big boy will spawn in. And this guy you're not going to want to kill right away, even though it looks like I was doing that in my game. Take him on over here to the Treasury of Intersection, and you're going to need him to shield blast that little rock right there. And as you see, that little piece of Ra's perk machine actually is in there, which you're going to need to place on him when you are done with this step or towards the end of this step. You don't need to do it now, but you can do it at any time after collecting it. Upon doing that, what you're going to want to do is finish this guy off. So you're going to want to kill him, and he's going to drop another part. If you guys didn't get this guy spawned in from your Danu step or shooting the roots, you might have gotten a round-based one, and he will not drop the spear, so make sure you do both of these parts. You can do them in either order if you'd like, but I recommend doing the roots first to spawn one in so you can save zombies at the end of a round, and then using that same one to shield blast the part, and then to finish him off, so that way you guys can grab the staff part, which you will see in just a second right here, or a spear, I guess you could say, is a better representation of it. It will be right where he dropped, and it should not despawn. Next, you're just going to place that right here in this center, and you're going to see a golden line is now drawn on the floor. What you need to do is get 1 electric zombie at a time to charge this platform. Now, what I mean by that is let one get on top of it and kill it so that it activates and electrifies that center pole, and then save the other ones you have at the end of the round or whatnot off to the side. Have another player train those off to the side, because as soon as you get one, you're going to notice that these symbols start moving on one of these locations. And what you need to do is match the blue symbol up with the golden line in the floor. So you need to count, in my case, 3 places from when I saw the blue. I need to wait till I saw 3 symbols and then hold square, and it will activate and lock in that symbol in the correct line, which again is that gold line going from the middle to the back. After each one is complete, it will be the outer, then the middle, then the inner. You need to charge it up with another zombie to activate the next step of it. If you end up failing and holding square at the wrong time, don't fret. All you need to do is get another electric zombie, charge it up, and input it, and it will be done in a jiffy. It's a pretty easy step, but it is also really fun to do. Once you completed it, the rod will go all the way into the middle here, and you will know you are done because your screen's gonna shake and do that loud noise that it does in all the Chaos Story maps. The next step is not too hard, but it is a defense, so you're gonna need to place obviously that part I told you about earlier down, and then you're gonna need to place the yellow gauntlet in the hand of Ra. Sometimes that glitches out, so make sure you guys are jumping and kind of getting a different angle. If it doesn't work, go set the gauntlet down, let another player get it, something along those lines. This defense step will have a Blightfather and one of the big 4-armed dudes, so make sure you come prepared with lightning rods, with the Pegasus strikes I mean, and you can use those outside the area, but they do work as a mini, basically a monkey bomber homunculus. Also, I'd recommend having 1 player have a homunculus, and make sure you got some good upgraded guns, and 3 out of your 4 players have a gauntlet, because you're gonna need those to protect it. Once you are done, there will be that wall across the way you saw opened. You grab the staff part for Ra, you hand it to him, and he will then reveal this little hidden thing which will reflect light towards the amphitheater, which is the next step. From here, you need all 4 players or all players in your game to have their upgraded gauntlet of their choice. And you're going to need to stand on the little circles that will be right before you enter the amphitheater in that little room with all the murals on it. Now, each player needs to either use a charged shot to attack the zombies that are on the ground, or use a uncharged shot to kill the zombies in the stand. You have a limited amount of time each time you do it, and if you do not have a circle out in the floor of the amphitheater, you just need to hang back like I am now and wait till it's your turn. Sometimes 1 player will go, sometimes it'll be all 4. This step's pretty easy. It has 3 waves to complete it, and you just either have to use a charged or an uncharged shot. The green one is the hardest to do because you only have time for 1 charged shot, so you really need to line it up. But other than that, It's pretty straightforward, easy for you guys to hop on in game and try out for yourself. By far my favorite step. If you do fail it for some reason, you can repeat it 3 times per round, and it will also refill your ammo upon doing so. Next up, you're going to need to craft the Pegasus Spear, the Pegasus Strikes special ability, or alternate grenade type, I guess you could say. If you need a video on this, I'll have a link down in the description. That's by my buddy Invalid. He made a quick, awesome guide showing off all the locations for the parts here. And once you get that done, we're going to head over to the next spot, which is right up in the River of Sorrows. There's a secret door from the fast travel. If you're looking at the fast travel, right to the left. You need to shoot the symbols on this door in the order you see I do. If you fail or mess it up, you'll get a chance to retry it, so you'll have a few chances every round to do so. So just make sure you guys are being careful with your shots, but if you make a mistake, don't fret it, you can do it right again. Once you have all 6 of these symbols entered in the correct order you just saw, you need both Shaw and Bruno, if they are in your game, or whoever is either character in your game, to go up and hold square. If there's only one of them, you just need one of them to do so. It's going to always be one of those characters. If it is solo and you aren't one of those characters, I believe you just hold square and then it skips you to the next step. There's a special cutscene that plays if you are those characters. After the cutscene is over and your characters are back in the map, go grab that Pegasus Strike or get it ready and place it right here in front of this little steps, this section right here in front of the fast travel. I don't know what to call this, the stairs of the Rivers of Sorrow. The Pegasus will then bring up a giant crossbow. I don't remember the actual name for it, so I'm going to call it a crossbow because that's much easier. You're then going to need the upgraded Gauntlet of Wind or Orano, whatever you want to call it, and you're going to need to hold this 4 times to where this thing does a cocking back animation like it's ready to fire. Now, you guys do have to make sure you are in front. It doesn't work if you are on the top, but you have to be in the front or from the side. Once that's done, go back to the main part, the Temple of Apollo, and light your spear on fire for your shield. Make sure you have a fresh one though, because it will start to take your shield, it will do damage to it just using it. So make sure you guys teleport, keep it out with that flame on, and head over to the center of the world, or the Python side, the Python Pass, and run through that acid trap. Make sure it is obviously activated to do so. Upon doing that, you can head to the River of Sorrows and then launch this crossbow, which will get you guys all set for the boss fight. And the boss fight portal will be right in front of that statue or that god lady right there, right where the egg previously was. Now, into the boss fight, there is 3 sections of this boss fight. There is the Olympus columns, the Olympus forest, and the Olympus fountains. You need to head to all 3 of them at separate times or have players split up, and you will get 3 of the big giants, and you just need to kill all 3 at the 3 different little islands. Upon doing that, you're gonna get the Pegasus you previously had just seen to start flying around, and you're gonna need to do damage to him. Any type of weapon does damage to him, but I would recommend using your gauntlets to get him down. He will eventually get into a weakened state, and the only thing that damages him during this state is specialist weapons, and it needs to be the physical ones. If you use the staff's blast, the laser beam, it will do significantly less damage to him compared to the physical attacks of the stabbing of the staff or the hammer, for example, being able to swing. Once you've completed the step, you will note that the main boss in the middle will blow up a section of the map. It will always start being the forest section, and the second section will always be the fountain section. Now, obviously, this guy will take a little bit of time. For me, it didn't take too many rounds, but for some other people, they spent as many as 20 rounds trying to take this Pegasus down because they didn't realize they need to use those specialist weapons. It's the only thing that can hurt it once it's down. So use those gauntlets first to get him down, find the island he's on, jump on over, and start meleeing him with your specialist weapons, and you'll get through those phases pretty quick. Make sure you guys try to get all players doing it, so that way you can kill him a little bit faster. Again, once you complete the second section, you'll see the boss will launch fire down onto the next section, locking you in the Colosseums for this final phase. This final phase is not that hard, but you have all the other stuff that you previously did. And what happens is, as you see, the boss will teleport over and you need to shoot him in his weak points. Once you do, you will see he will get down. You can use any type of weapon or any type of gauntlet, gun, specialist to do damage to him when he is down, but I've noticed that the specialist weapons seem to do more damage, but I could also be wrong as I've only beaten it one time myself. But from everyone I've seen, you're just gonna need to keep hammering him until he is done. Then he will drop your final part and you will have completed the Easter egg. Make sure you guys pick up the final part he drops, and you're gonna need to wait about 30 seconds before the cutscene plays. Otherwise, if you die during that time, you will fail. This has been Unpunk, and we're gonna see you guys real soon.